I just want y'all to know
That makes me so angry.
before I say my piece that we just had one of the best segments in the history of Last Night's Coffee, and somebody forgot to press record. Greetings, Earthlings and locally hated podcast producers.
Yeah.
This is Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and John. It's episode 183, and we were talking about cults.
Yeah, man. We are... I want to say it's locally hated cult members this week, but I do, and I am hating myself a little bit right now.
We've all got our own hate. Turns out there is a cult that has taken over all of Chatham County,
which is crazy, man. So the segment we just
Chatham
had,
County now. So
they're in Savannah. They're in Savannah. They own several businesses across the nation, right? And some in Spain.
It's a nationwide cult. They started in Chattanooga.
They started in Chattanooga, and this latest plant is in Savannah.
Do you know what Chattanooga means?
No, tell me.
It's an old Indian word for aquarium.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew it was an Indian word. I just didn't know it meant aquarium.
I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go.
Dude, that's rude.
Chattanooga.
Look it up. See what it was probably a name.
Chattanooga is
just like Tuscaloosa was a name. Oh man, you don't even know how to spell Chattanooga. How many times you been there? How many times you driven through it?
So the name Chattanooga comes from a Creek word,
of course,
meaning rock coming to a point.
He got that boulder in him. You know what I'm saying? He's got that boulder down under. You know what I mean? That third leg, brother. That rock.
So they're like, "Oh, you Chattanooga today."
That rock coming to a point, bro.
So what led us here was there's the 12 tribes, the Commonwealth of Israel is a cult. That was founded in Chattanooga in 1972. Now they are worldwide.
Wow.
Who else is worldwide?
World Wide Web.
Pitbull. So they're like Pitbull. They're worldwide. They're Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
And they've got many businesses, and they've got their kids working for them. And then you got some weird, like, their founder died.
Oh, that would explain it.
The anointed one. the death of a founder.
Oh,
dude, they've got to write their own Wikipedia, right?
More than likely. Read Read about the death of the founder.
The founder of the movement, Albert Eugene Spriggs Jr. That is a cult leader name if I ever heard one.
For sure. He's a junior dude.
Died in 2021 while visiting his Hiddenite, North Carolina property. Within the movement, Spriggs was also known as the Anointed One, and by his Hebrew name, Yanukwa.
Boom. There's always that guy, dude. We found him. He just died a few years ago. So this cult's going to be going under soon. If it's not up in flames... You know what I'm saying? Like,
how long before there is a mass murder and they are on a crime podcast?
Yeah, they all need to go join the Anointed One. They need to follow the Anointed One. They're all going to have a meeting with Kool-Aid soon.
The children have been noted to play a central role in the group's
escapades?
Eschatological. Eschatological. It has to do with the end time.
Eschatological.
Eschatological. Especially the sons. The 12 tribes believe that it is the parents' responsibility to properly enforce the consequence of sin, wrongful action, words, behavior.
Yeah.
So as to allow the child to maintain the state of clean conscience. Over time, the children's children will be better equipped to deal with or overcome the faults of their predecessors.
Okay.
Dude, so they've taken over Chatham County.
Okay. What all do they own? Like, do they seriously own a bunch of businesses in Chatham County? Like a bunch of property? Do they have like? Is it like a Chaz, like up in Seattle or whatever?
So
where
they
have their
they
own
have
little
several
club?
restaurants and like delis and stuff in Chatham County
Is it a
and Savannah.
commune with a bunch of buildings?
Mm, I haven't found any pictures
Interesting.
of their
I wonder if
Savannah
it's going to
land.
wind up being like a Waco, like they're all holed up in like a big compound. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when they have weddings, they hold hands around this fire and globe thing,
Hmm.
which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, you were telling me on the unrecorded part, they're not allowed to hold hands, right? Like
Yeah, like
couples or something like that aren't allowed to hold hands.
once they're approved by everyone, they can then hold hands.
Okay, so it takes the approval of the community to be able to hold hands with another individual.
Yes, and weddings are dramatized pre-enactments of what the group of believers believes will happen at the end of time when Yahshua returns to earth for his bride.
Look, man,
So there's a rock on fire and a world, and they're holding hands around it.
look, man. I've been preaching a lot and I've been having to
I
teach a
know.
lot and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I'll be the first to say that spiritual maturity is found in community, right? Iron sharpens iron.
Right.
All of those, you have to have community in order to grow in spiritual maturity. You're not going to do it all
Correct.
by yourself at home in your own little closet, right?
Right.
But when you're going down a road where the entire community has to approve of the individual that you're holding, no way, dude.
Dude,
No
how
way.
did,
That's the deep end, brother.
you want to know a secret?
Sure.
All their kids are homeschooled.
Yeah, you don't say. You don't say. Are they flat earthers? Is that
Nothing's
any
wrong
way
with
in your doctrine?
nothing's wrong with homeschool. I know a lot of homeschoolers,
Sure.
but
I have family that's
sometimes
homeschooled.
sometimes you got to kind of look at that stuff.
Yeah. Sometimes homeschoolers are weird.
But they've got a bunch of businesses.
Do they
They've
own Fort Pulaski yet?
No, but they will be buying Fort Pulaski soon, and that is where their death consummation will happen.
Dude, they need to be buying the Indian mounds up. Get the high ground, brother.
You
If they
can't look. The government's not going to sell you Indian mounds unless you're going to build a highway. That way you can
directly through them.
directly through them and then use everything else to fill in your low spots. That's the only way the government lets you do that kind of stuff.
Make sure that they do not resemble the constellation that they resembled previously. Like,
Correct.
make sure that we can't tell that they were aligned with stars. Make sure we can't tell jack squat about this civilization, man. That's the only condition they would sell the Indian mounds under.
According to a 2018 report by the Southern Poverty Law Center, the 12 tribes teaches its followers that the curse of Ham as a racial curse that made Ham a servant to his brother Shem.
Mm-hmm.
Shem or Shem?
Shem. Yeah, it's whatever. I say Shem.
This teaching is used to justify slavery. Their teaching states that slavery was a miraculous opportunity to blacks. A miraculous opportunity that blacks could be brought over here to be slaves so that they could be found worthy of the nations. Holy cow, dude.
Oh my gosh. Holy smokes, dude. That's not far off from the Mormon belief either. From what I understand, the Mormons believe that black people are descendants of the Nephilim.
Yeah.
And therefore, they're bad, I guess, or demonic. I don't know. But the Mormons have some wild beliefs if you really start getting into it. They don't like to talk about that stuff, though.
There's an FBI file on them.
On the 12 tribes?
Yeah. A 40-page summary.
Whoa.
Good golly.
Whoa. So the FBI had to investigate him.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder if the FBI is investigating my old church in Noonan now. I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to put them on blast on the podcast like that.
Possibly.
But we left a pretty culty.
Oh, they had a pretty cool hippie bus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, was it tie-dye and peace and love?
Yeah, man. No peace symbols, but it was hippie. was
Okay.
hippie.
Did it have cross, like a big cross with a heart around it or something? Like how
Don't
hippie are we
see-
talking?
I don't see any. What? There's a peace sign and there's a piece of an American flag.
Praise God.
No crosses. They are playing what's that thing that Weird Al plays?
Oh, yeah. What is
Accordion.
that? Accordion. Yeah. Dude, they're
And
taking it back.
they have a acoustic guitar, an accordion, and a microphone plugged into a Marshall amp.
Wow. No drums? Jesus was their drummer, dude.
Jesus was their drummer.
Yeah, I really believe that Jesus was a drummer, wasn't he? Don't you think?
I mean,
He probably made a drum at some point. He didn't just sit
Why
there
do you
in
think a
rocking
little-
chairs all day or whatever.
why do you think the little drum boy come to see him?
Bingo, dude. Bingo. Maybe that little drummer boy needed some drumsticks and wanted to teach Jesus or learn from him.
Dude, what if he made drumsticks?
I guarantee he did. He made at least mallets, bro. He made at least drum mallets. For sure.
I think I gotta. This isn't the meme of the week,
Okay.
but this is, if I can figure out where it's at, this ties into exactly what we were talking about right now.
Okay. I'm down with it. I just, when I think about Jesus building things and being a woodworker, I just imagine he did all kinds of things. It was like overnight he learned how to make like a toy rocking horse, or like maybe even like a just anything, like a wooden sword, like practice swords. I just feel like Jesus would have been all about it. Wooden toys abound, dude. He would have been all about the children's toys.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and send you this. This was submitted by our buddy Kevin
Okay.
Drum. It's not the meme of the week, but it is an honorable mention. And the only reason it didn't make meme of the week because it's Super Bowl week,
Yeah.
and there's just way too many good memes right now.
All right, I'm pulling it up. It's not okay. So this is just a standstill.
Yeah.
Jesus's parents realize he's divine as he completes carpentry project without going back to Home Depot a single time.
So that brings us up to our weekend review.
Yeah, man. That's so good. That's so good. I'll put that up there. My weekend review, my youngest had a birthday, dude. My youngest turned 7 years old on Sunday. Leah, shout out to Leah. Love her so much. We got her a gymnastics bar. So like the one that you can like pick yourself up and swing around, like put the bar on your hip. You know what I'm saying? Like on a stand and all.
Does she do gymnastics?
She's taken some like a few classes and stuff like that, but we've never like enrolled her. She just loves it.
Maybe that's her thing.
Yeah, I mean, both of my girls love it. So they've got a balance beam now and a gymnastics bar. So they've got both.
Sweet.
So yeah, we celebrated Leah, and I actually took Lana to a dentist appointment today. I got to tell you this story real quick. It's hilarious.
Okay, tell me about it.
So Lana had to get a filling today, unfortunately. We go there. They give her the little gel numbing stuff real quick. And then they give her the shot after the gel sits on there, right?
Yeah.
They give her the shot that numbs it real good, right?
Yep.
After about 10 minutes, me and this bigger African-American lady sitting next to me, Lana looks over and she says, "I think I'm blinking, but I can't tell." And I said, "What?" And she said, "Am I blinking?" And she just starts blinking real fast. And she kept screaming it. She kept getting worried that she wasn't blinking, but she actually was. And I was laughing so hard at her. I couldn't even answer her because I was laughing so hard. So she's like kind of freaking out, like, "Am I blinking? Am I blinking? Am I blinking?" And me and the woman sitting next to me are just cracking up, dude. It was so funny. She was kind of getting panicked there for a second, but we put her to rest. We assured her that she was in fact blinking, And even though she couldn't feel it.
That's pretty funny.
Oh,
That
man.
that's man, kids are so much fun.
They are, dude. They are. And especially when they're going through new and different experiences like that. Like, it's
Yeah.
always interesting.
Yeah.
How about your weekend, brother? What did you get into?
Let's see, what did I do this weekend? I worked a lot.
Okay.
It's work season right now.
Yeah.
I rode around in my new truck.
New truck. Tell the
Yeah.
listeners about it, brother.
I bought a brand spanking new 2024, so it was a leftover, but it's still new. F-250 Ford.
I can't believe it. He broke down and got a Ford, everybody. Mr. Bowtie over there. Mr. Bowtie. Always praise the Bowtie. Always a Chevy man. Through and through. Now owns an F-250.
Yeah, it's a very nice truck. Even though, I mean, it's just an XL and it's really nice.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should say, when it comes to pickup trucks, you're a Chevy man.
Yeah, I've always...
Because you're a Volkswagen man at heart, I believe.
Yeah, but trucks have always been Chevy.
Yeah. When it comes to pickup trucks, it's Chevy.
And I still like my older Chevys, but the newer Chevys were not... Chevy wasn't going in a direction that I liked. Let's just put it that way. I didn't like the new engine.
Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just I'm going to keep a truck for a long time.
What are they up to now? A 6.6?
Yeah,
what are they putting in those
6.6.
Okay.
It's direct injected, and there's costs that come along with engines like that, you know?
Sure, absolutely.
So I went with the Ford with the 6.8, which is just a regular old pushrod V8 with multi-port fuel injection.
Nice.
And 400 horsepower.
Back to the basics, man.
Back to the basics, and it's an XL truck, so it's got rubber floor mats. It's weird. It's an XL truck, but it's got very comfortable seats, rubber floor mats, power windows, power locks, and Apple CarPlay.
That's the bare bones you can get nowadays.
That's the bare bones is all that stuff, and a backup camera.
Can you get manual windows anymore?
I don't think so. I don't think there's manual window trucks out there anymore.
Wow. 2025, man, crossing bridges.
So I really like it. We're going to use it to pull the race car. It's silver in color. It kind of looks like a GBI truck, I was told.
Oh, okay.
So
well, it looks really good. You sent me the picture with the tinted windows. You got those windows tinted on Friday. That looks really good, man. That helps out a lot. And those the steps you installed look great. Those look great.
I'm really happy with those.
You should be, man. It's a jam up truck.
I was having trouble getting in the thing.
That happens.
But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Congratulations, Chucker. You ought to be proud.
First new truck. Hit that button.
First brand new truck. That's right. Here we go.
Did it do anything?
Yeah, you can't hear it? I'll turn it up a little bit.
Wow. One clap.
That's all you got was one clap?
That's all I got was one clap.
Oh, man.
One clap for a Ford. But, hey, you know what? Charlie met Kyle Busch a while ago.
No way.
Yeah.
Where at? Where was he?
Auburndale Speedway, I think is the name of it. Somewhere down there in Florida. He's all over the place. He is spanning the length of I-4 in Florida today.
Wow.
He's going from one end to the other.
Wow.
And then coming home.
The opportunities he's getting with Speed U are really cool.
He's going past his sister's house.
Wow.
But not going to I don't think they're going to be able to link up and see each other.
Yeah, have lunch or something. Can't do that.
I don't know. If he was driving by himself, he probably would, but
yeah.
Speaking of Charlie, he got the red truck and we sold his F-350.
Nice. So you freed up that old truck, which was a good deal for you guys. I mean, good deal for you guys. And that red truck will be a good one for him for a long time. You just did all that work to it.
Yeah.
just put a lot of money into it and a lot of time. So he'll get all of that out of it, which is good.
Yeah, he needs to get about 10 more years out of that truck. It'll be 30 years old then.
Dude, it'll have a classic tag on it.
Yeah, it could get a classic tag now.
What?
Yeah. So the Super Bowl, the commercials were kind of lackluster.
Yeah. So I only caught the second half of the Super Bowl, but I'll be honest with you. I didn't notice one commercial there wasn't one that stood out to me.
The Bud Light one was pretty good.
I didn't catch him. I didn't see him. It
was the whole one that we've already watched.
Oh, okay. They didn't put out anything new?
No.
Ugh.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like the way they do it now, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't make the commercials.
Yeah.
Ain't no telling what Bud Light spent though, because the ads were like $7 million just for the spot.
Sure.
And then how much they paid Post Malone and Shane Gillis, unless it was already in their contract that you're going to do a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, it may have been. That may have been part of it, or it may not have been. They may just come out of pocket. Look, Bud Light is fully committed to rebooting. Okay, they are fully committed to not necessarily rebranding, but restructuring their marketing. Let's put it that way.
The funny thing I know, I most of the people that I know that drank Bud Light back in the day had already switched beers before the whole controversy come about.
Interesting. Why? Was there a reason? They just got older, developed taste?
You get older and develop taste. And all your, they all went to like Mick Ultra or something like that.
Interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I watched the second half. I didn't even catch the halftime performance.
You did not miss anything.
That guy wasn't no good. Kendrick didn't hit on much.
Look, man, you got the most musically important city in our country, and the heritage of music in America is New Orleans.
Wow.
Jazz started in New Orleans.
Wow.
Out of jazz come blues, rock and roll, and country.
Mm.
And out of blues and rock and roll come rap.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got the opportunity to build a very nice journey in that 10 minutes of show.
Mm-hmm.
And they've put out there freaking Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm. Not impressed, huh?
The best thing about that show was that Buick Grand National that he rode out on.
That thing was beautiful. I saw a snapshot of the halftime performance, and that was it. Was him standing on that thing, and I was like, "Ooh!"
And they had a pro-Palestine protester that got tackled in the middle of it.
I don't think they showed that or the halftime show.
In the halftime show.
Oh wow!
I don't think the video I saw was from a fan in the stands. So I don't think they saw it on TV.
Gotcha. It didn't make the broadcast.
No, it did not make the broadcast.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know, man. Eagles won.
Big.
Dude, it was something was wrong with Patrick Mahomes.
You think so? He didn't seem to be moving as well. I mean, I'm not trying to cover for the guy. I don't know if the Philly defense was shutting him down that well or if he had an issue going on. You know what I mean? It could go a little both ways, or who knows.
I really expected them to give him an IV in halftime and he come back out like wide open because the whole first dude got sacked 6 times in that game last night.
Yeah, career high.
That's some Georgia Bulldogs defensive players.
Absolutely. Philly knows what it's doing.
And they got a bunch of our defense, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Jalen Carter, Jaden, is it Jaden Smith? They got a bunch of Bulldogs.
I got a infographic that's got all of our Georgia Bulldogs. So
I was
these
super
boys
happy for all that. And Saquon, by the way, Saquon Barkley getting the win. That's just huge, dude. I love that guy.
Them Georgia players got a Natty ring, and now they have a Super Bowl ring, and that don't always correlate like that,
right? I'm pretty sure Jalen Hurts has 2 national championship rings with
Yeah.
Alabama.
So you got Jalen
Pretty
Carter, Jordan
Yeah.
Davis, our boy
There you
Jordan
go.
Davis. That dude's a beast.
Yeah, there you go.
Keely Ringo,
Yeah, Ringo.
Dean. I don't know. I don't know how to say his first name. But anyway, you had 6 Georgia players on there.
That's awesome, man.
The Philly
I love it.
Dogs
That's right. Go Dogs, man. Go
coming down
Philly.
the track.
You know Shane Gillis is happy about that one.
Dude, I'm happy about that one. Not only do I have some Georgia Bulldogs just won a Super Bowl, but I got family from that end of Pennsylvania anyway.
So, were you watching the beginning of the game, Chucker?
I had it on.
So I heard, I wasn't watching it, but I heard that Trump got a roaring applause when he showed up, and Taylor Swift got booed.
Taylor did get booed, but I heard Trump got cheered. I did not see that part. I was kind of getting everything ready for my night.
Yeah,
when all that was going on.
Yeah. So Taylor did get booed, though.
Taylor did get booed.
I love it. I love it, dude.
There was a video of Shane Gillis and Zach Top at a bar in New Orleans after the game. Zach Top just walks in and does an impromptu concert, and Shane Gillis is standing there by the stage like, whoa.
No way. No way. That's awesome.
We talk way too much about Shane Gillis on the show, but he's a bro, dude.
Yeah, he's great, man.
He's such a cool dude.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Matt and Shane's.
Yeah. You want to take a ad break?
Yeah, let's do that real quick, man. We'll regroup and talk some more about some of the crazy spending we have found out about.
Thanks for sticking with us through this ad break, guys. I'm here to tell you about one of our sponsors, Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. You can check her out at movingcoweta.com for all of your real estate needs in the metro Atlanta area. That's movingcoweta.com. Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. Now back to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're going to get into DOGE.
Yeah. President Musk, as the Democrats are outrageously calling him.
The Department of Government Efficiency. Now, we've all known over the years that the government wastes money, but we had no idea just how much they were wasting.
Well, I think we kind of knew how much. We just didn't know how outrageous it was, I think. Because if you think about it, we're supposedly one of the wealthiest nations, right?
Yeah.
And yet we have one of the highest deficits, 37 trillion, I think, right now.
Yeah.
Which is insane, right? So every American has kind of been asking in the back of their head for a long time, where's all the money going?
Right.
And we're starting to find out, Chucker. Elon and his gang of minions.
Yeah, Big Balls. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Have you heard of Big Balls?
I've heard about it.
He's like this kid that's a 19-year-old hacker.
Right.
That Elon, he's been fired from some cybersecurity firm that he worked at. Mm-hmm. And Elon hired him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And his nickname is Big Balls.
Big Balls.
So he's got a group of like 6 kids he's toting around with him, and they're just trying to plug in and basically follow money trails. They're following transactions, financial transactions, right?
Yeah, these
That's
kids
all
are probably
their algorithm
special.
is for. Yeah, they're probably on the spectrum, I would think.
I hope.
I hope so. Absolutely, it's like a superpower when it comes to this. So they're plugging in, and they're basically just following the money trail, right? Follow the money, and. Here's the thing. I don't have an issue. Most of the people who voted for Donald Trump knew that this was going to take place. And this is part of the reason why they voted for Donald Trump. So when the left gets outraged and starts screaming and crying about President Musk and he's the real president and this is all going to be for his private, personal benefit, this was all spoken about on Trump's campaign trail. So everybody who voted for him probably voted for him for that reason, or at least that was
Yeah.
one of the many, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't have an issue with this. This is good. And from what I can tell, he's only going over the agencies that were established under the executive branch, right?
Right. They were executive orders. See, that's what they're like. You can't do this. You ain't got the power to do this. Well, guess what? If it started with an executive order and there's no bills and put it into law,
Bingo.
then you start it with a swipe of a pen and you can end it with a swipe of a pen.
And he's staying on his side of the field, right? He's staying on the executive branch. He's not overstepping into the judicial branch. He's not stepping into, you know what I mean? He's not overstepping his bounds. He's staying within the executive branch.
Now, there's been some lawsuits,
Of course.
and these judges should be hung by their toenails because they are definitely politically motivated, not constitutionally motivated.
Yeah, find out how they're on the take, because I guarantee they are.
But let's just start at the very bottom here on your list.
Okay.
Promoting atheism in Nepal.
Yeah. Promoting atheism in Nepal. We spent almost $500,000.
Okay, I thought they were Buddhist.
Well, Nepal is in South America, brother.
I was thinking, what was I thinking? Where's Mount Everest?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm thinking of the wrong one.
Get a map, John. I send you maps all the time.
I'm totally thinking down in the South Americas. No, you're right. The Nepalese people. Why are we? Yeah, they're probably Buddhists.
Nepalese?
Yeah, that's what you call them, the Nepalese people.
I thought it was Napoleon.
No, dude, Napoleons. Just call them all Napoleons.
So we got that. We're trying to turn Buddhist into atheist, which is kind of weird.
Right.
Being
So glad I had that brain fart.
That was awesome. Being LGBTQ in the Caribbean, or is it the Caribbean?
Either one. How much did we spend on that one, Chucker?
$3.3 million. Now, this was not covered in Pirates of the Caribbean. I watched the documentary and it was not covered.
We didn't see any of that spending in that movie.
No.
So, and that's just for being LGBTQ. What does that mean? How did we spend $3.3 million on being LGBTQ in the Caribbean? That's insane.
Do you get like special rates if you're Lebejian?
Maybe.
Like you get discounts on hotels and stuff? I don't know.
Maybe. You come in, they smell your breath. That's the test. All right. Moving up.
All right. Helping migrants readjust to living in their own country.
Dog.
$3.2 million.
$3.2 million? Dog. Is that not the most outrageous thing?
Yep.
Teaching them or helping them readjust to living in their own country, brother.
We might not need to cut that one out because we're sending a lot back right now.
But do we need to help them readjust, Chuck?
Here's your 20 pesos.
Yeah. I mean, look, here's what we need to tell them. Your country is corrupt. Now go back and try to make it better.
Right. Electric vehicles for Vietnam.
Oh my gosh. How much did we spend on EVs in Vietnam, dude?
$2.5 million.
Holy smokes. That's me and you, dude. We, the taxpayers.
Yeah, you realize you take that and add it together, you could just give everybody in America a check, keep the money at home, and then boost the economy.
No, we couldn't do that.
Or cut our taxes and boost the economy.
Yeah.
Or invest it in that Commonwealth Fund or whatever it is and buy stuff and boost the economy.
We could have done a lot of those things. Yeah.
Job opportunities for LGBTQ people in Siberia.
Serbia.
Yeah. Same thing. It's one of the births.
So I don't know how we spent $1.5 million on job opportunities for LGBTQ people.
We must have just
in Sturgeon.
hired the 5 that live there to work
Yes.
for us.
Seriously, I want to know how many are over there. Because those countries don't mess around, man. They're too cold to be worried about all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They are way too cold to be worried about all that. Let's look at this next one right up. The next picture I sent you.
That little bit.
$2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, Chucker.
I mean, you figured they'd spend that in Brazil.
I don't think the Guatemalan people even know what sex changes are. I mean, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying, but like Guatemala, if you've ever been there, it's not exactly the most developed country.
I've never been to Guatemala.
Well, have you seen pictures at least? Like there's airports, obviously you can fly in there, but
okay, look,
we're talking dirt roads everywhere, bro.
think about this. All right, Guatemala is a large. There's a lot of mission trips from churches that go there.
Yeah.
All right, so we're from churches probably spending $2 million a year collectively as a whole.
Sure.
Sending people trying to convert them one way, and the government sending them over there trying to convert them the other way. They can save the churches some. They could save the churches some money too if they just quit
promoting that nonsense over there. Goodness. All right. Let's move on here, man. I got to do this one. I think I may have touched on this one last week. $27 million, Chucker, was spent to fund the George Soros prosecutors. $27 million to fund George Soros prosecutors. Now, these are the same prosecutors who, when they are in office, when they are in power, they are doing this catch and release. They are also releasing violent criminals from prisons who are then making our neighborhoods and suburbs and inner cities more unsafe. That's what these prosecutors are doing. That's what they're over, right? That's what they've been doing. And so we, the taxpayers, spent $27 million to fund these prosecutors who are then making our lives more unsafe. How do you feel about that, ma'am?
Well, right now I'm doing some math.
Okay.
And
that's scary.
It is taking a minute because it's a word problem.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm dividing. It didn't work. I might have to do it on. I'll have to ask. We'll have to go to the big man himself and ask Grok to do it.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is I'm dividing $27 million by the amount of American taxpayers.
Ooh.
Because I just want to see how much that we've spent altogether on this.
I mean, it's gonna be a good bit less than $1.
Whoa. So that's like 17 cents per taxpayer.
17 cents. That is insane, man.
So 17 cents me and you have paid for the Soros-backed prosecutors to get elected so they can destroy our country.
Correct. Remove law and order, essentially.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing, removing law and order.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how our money has been spent. Let's just a couple of more here. Just a couple of more. I know we're kind of harping on this, but there's so many. This one isn't a huge expenditure, but it's ridiculous. $32,000 for an LGBTQ-centered comic book in Peru. That's the South America I was thinking of. So Peru.
You think they're like superheroes or like, Oh, you know what it is? It's probably that one that probably based on that one that was on TBS back in the day. The Captain Hero America Earth Day guy.
Captain Planet?
Captain Planet. He was gay. He was
With our
definitely gay.
powers combined.
That dude was definitely.
Dude, I watch that show all the time,
He
man.
was definitely grooming those kids.
Oh, dude.
Now that we can step back and look at history from.
Talk about Chattanooga. He was Chattanooga, bro.
He was Chattanooga. Good
that guy. Rock that comes to a point, brother.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
$14 million in cash vouchers for migrants at the southern border through the State Department.
Yeah. $14 million in cash vouchers for migrants. And now legal migrants, maybe there is already policies in place to help a legal migrant get their foothold. I don't know. And I'd be totally okay with that. I don't. I want to make sure. I don't know that I'd be totally okay with that, but we'd have to play that one.
Give them a Chick-fil-A card. You can get 3 meals a day from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
they're not a sponsor, but they should be. We don't work on Sundays.
Yeah. No, sure don't.
$425,622 to help Indonesian coffee companies become more climate and gender friendly.
Climate and gender friendly. The coffee companies in Indonesia.
Have you ever been to Indonesia?
I've been close. I've been to the Philippines.
Oh, okay. I've never been to Indonesia. I have got friends that's been there. I don't think they probably give 2 rips about gender friendly studies. They're just taking the money and going,
No. Yeah. And here's the sad thing, Chucker. Think about this. Of that 425,000, how much of that do you think actually got to coffee farmers in Indonesia?
None.
Right. How much of the 32,000 for an LGBTQ-centered comic book in Peru do you think actually got to that comic book in Peru?
None. Then I went to Captain Planet.
I'd say they might be getting a check for like $2,000, which is insane for them, right?
Yeah.
That's insane. They're rich.
Yeah.
But then we're scraping, the other 30,000 off and just lining pockets the whole time, dude. That's where I want to find out. That's what I want to find out. Because even Zelensky's come out and said, I ain't got all my money. So where's all of his money? You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen the amount of money that Chelsea Clinton got?
Yes. Millions, dude. Millions. It was 40, I think. I don't know. Correct me.
84 million her thing received. Her Chelsea.
$84 million through the USAID.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It paid for her wedding.
That's insane.
Now Snoops is saying it didn't. But
of course Snoops is.
Snoops is probably getting money from USAID too to lie to us.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things too, is a lot of media companies. Politico was basically fully funded by the USAID, right?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, it was Politico, which is insane. How do we have government-funded media outlets? Me and you were on this show talking trash about Russia and how they control all their media, yet our government was doing the same thing without telling us. Just without telling us.
Yeah. And now it's if you Google search anything about USAID, it all comes up that it's misinformation and lies.
Right.
Because it's all these companies, all these media companies that's been on the take.
Yep.
Their bread and butter. Dude, Trump's got a target on his back so big right now, it ain't even funny.
I can't imagine.
I love seeing all these freaking elitists squirm like they do.
Me too. And I want to point out something, Chucker. We haven't seen it yet, but there will be an outrage from the right because this is a both sides of the aisle issue. This has been going on for decades. This amount of corruption and fraud And racketeering, this didn't happen overnight, and it didn't happen in the last 4 years under President Biden either. This has been going on for decades.
Well, you know who signed the executive order on USAID, don't you?
Don't recall off the top of my
That'd
head.
be everyone's favorite JFK.
Watch
You
out
know,
now.
the one that we're supposed to respect
Well,
because he was killed.
remember also, I think there's a difference between the founding and what it's turned into, right? I'm sure when you first heard about it in the 60s, it probably sounded good. It probably had a good use. Just like the Department of Education probably had a decent use when Carter founded it in the 70s. However, it's gotten out of control.
I wish there was a DOGE link or a DOGE page where they just
open source it
constantly what they're doing. I mean, you can go on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm tempted to sign up for Twitter just to keep updates, just to get updated, because Michael Schellenberger, he is a very good reporter, and he has been keeping up to date on this stuff really well. And you could subscribe to him for like $5 a month, I think, or you can just follow his Twitter page. But he will keep you up to date on all of the controversies that they're uncovering, all of the fraud, all of the wasteful spending.
This was 2 days ago. So it says in the past 48 hours, they've canceled 62 contracts worth $182 million. These contracts were entirely for administrative expensive. None touched any healthcare programs. This was in healthcare. This including terminating a $168,000 contract for the Anthony Fauci Museum at the exhibit at the National Institute of Health Museum.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh.
Look, people aren't going to be, I mean, you know, you go online and you see some things. People aren't going to be happy until they see someone executed for all this.
No. I think.
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what I've been seeing.
Well, look, I've heard that the people who accepted the pardon can no longer plead the fifth. So if there's any way we can get them in court and hear what they have to say. Now,
you know, you want to know what's interesting about a federal pardon?
What's that?
It only counts against federal crimes. They ain't got nothing to do with states. So all they got to do is find a state like Florida that'll prosecute them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Man. Look, the fraud, the spending, the waste, it's outrageous. I'm glad that we're at least, the veil is at least being torn, right? It's at least being pulled back. The layers are being peeled. We can see a little bit. You know, I'm really happy about that. And I know you said you didn't watch it, but Trump had a pre-game interview. Okay, you did wind up watching it. So it's pretty good, man. And in it, he says he's going after the Department of Education next. And then what did he say after that? The military. And that's the one I think we are going to see probably. I mean, if you think their budget is what $1 trillion every year?
What are they wasting money on?
Oh, dude, everywhere. I heard something about USAID. All the workers were basically at home, but yeah, they were still spending $30,000 on K-cups or something like that.
Good night. Can you imagine getting your own coffee, like free coffee?
$30,000 on K-cups, and no one was in the office.
Who was? Okay, well, let's hit on one more. $39,652 to host seminars in Edinburgh International Book Festival on gender identity, racial equality through the State Department.
Yeah.
Look, gender identity is real easy.
Yeah.
You can look down and say, okay, that's what I am.
Yeah.
You know,
you don't have to make it more complicated.
If it's hanging, it's a dude. If it's inverted, you're a chick.
Rock, that comes to a point.
Chattanooga. You want to watch that reaction video?
Yeah, man, it's reaction video time. Let's do that. I will pull it up right now. Do.
We were in the middle of our tournament when my friend John said he found a body in the bushes over there. I ran over there because I'm a healing monk to try and help, but obviously my magic wasn't strong enough because the dude's body was missing a head. So my friend decided to try and use a necromancer spell, which didn't work, which I knew it wouldn't. And apparently we contaminated the crime scene because that spell uses a lot of glitter.
Oh my gosh! He's so serious.
He's so serious, dude.
Which I knew that wasn't gonna work.
Oh, wait.
Oh man, I thought I was powerful enough to heal him. I love it, dude. The WoW people get me. Or no, that's not World of Warcraft. What is this? What that was LARPing, right? LARPing.
Yeah, that was
That's what those
definitely
guys were doing.
LARPing.
Did you send me the meme yet?
I sent you 3 memes.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, pulling up the first one. If Patrick Mahomes had Allstate instead of State Farm, maybe he'd be protected from mayhem like this. And you got a bunch of Philly dogs pulling them down to the ground. Yeah, come on. All right, going to the next meme. The Illusion. Eagles win the Super Bowl. City of Philadelphia destroyed. Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
Either
The
way.
illusion of free choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, Philly got destroyed last night.
Yep. Unfortunately, the city of Philadelphia is gonna get destroyed, win or lose or draw. They just wreak havoc every time.
Yeah.
Those fans are crazy. All right, going on to the third and final meme. Who fans are rooting for in the Super Bowl? Chiefs, Eagles, DOGE commercials.
You know, because they had been telling us that there was going to be a DOGE commercial to expose all the spending, but it never showed.
Yeah.
I think that was a rumor started by somebody.
You don't say.
Probably don't. You know.
Probably Elon, the troll himself, man.
Well, they're saying Reddit is going full left now. It's
really?
Just a left-leaning cesspool.
Well, the bots are having to go somewhere because Zuckerberg's trying to kick him out now.
He ain't doing a very good job.
Meta's trying to turn right. Watch him.
I hope he does. I don't want to go like full on Germany into the 40s right.
Me either.
But there's got to be some balance.
There does. Yes.
Just govern. Don't try to influence. Just govern.
Right. Absolutely. What do your constituents want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on to the shout outs, brother. We got to shout out Da Vinci's Pizza.
Pizza.
We got to shout out the Eating Chambers channel on YouTube.
Eating Chambers. Get some barbecue.
Yeah, we're still going to try to set up that collaboration with him where we can get together and he can make us some lamb chops. Who else do we need to shout out, man? Who else?
Sundays at Devotee podcast.
That's right.
Listen to the sermon from this week. It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
And a new thing, Daytona 1 products for your defrictionating needs.
Okay, Daytona 1.
They got oil additives and car cleaners, and it's pretty neat stuff.
Okay,
so
right on.
Charlie is a dealer now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so as with all the speed, it's a deal they worked out with Speed U, so they're all dealers. All the students
He's an authorized dealer.
An authorized dealer, Daytona 1 products, so you can, the car cleaning stuff is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
They've got some engine additives that pick up horsepower. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Congratulations, Charlie. Shout out Daytona 1. Chucker, I think we've got episode 183 in the books here, man. I think we're done.
Yeah. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.